Okay, everybody, welcome to the Stay True team call. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Glenn. I haven't been around a while, much to Gretchen's disappointment. I'm back on live tonight with everybody, so just welcoming myself back to the team call. But no, in all seriousness, I do apologize. I just got a string of activities. Even tonight, we had a soccer game, but it ended early due to lightning, so I was pumped because I got to be here and wasn't worried about sorry. Okay. Jennifer, we're trying to mute you because we got some feedback going on here.
I know, I'm trying to get my video.
Okay. So basically,
There she is.
You're on. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm excited for tonight's call. Number one, I'm excited to be back on the call with you guys. And number two, I think the information that I'm going to share with you, it's been tried and true, tested. I tested it out today, as you're going to see in the presentation here. And the stuff that I'm going to talk to you about works. So first off, some announcements this week. This is a big announcement, guys. We have decided to move the Stay True team call from Thursday evenings to Monday evenings. After some advice on that, Moppy, and some other people or other research that we've done. We used to have our calls on Tuesday nights way back in the day, which was at the beginning of the week. So our mindset or our thoughts on this is that Thursday night calls, even though we're giving out good information and we have guest speakers on, that's heading right into the weekend. And, we're so in tune to like having a 9-to-5 job that a lot of people who are coaches doing this for part-time, Friday comes and they're on weekend mode. So then you might forget about what we talked about on the call and blah, 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 blah. So long story short, we're moving it to Monday night. With the hope that what we talk about, you'll be able to plug in and apply that week, and it'll benefit your business. So that's one big announcement here tonight. So the team call, this is going to start on October 10th. The reason for that is Thursday, October 6th, so next Thursday, Jeff Armbruster's having a call with super trainers Joel Freeman and Jericho McMatthews. And I'm going to announce the details of this call as far as call-in information. I actually think they're going to end up, because they think they're going to have such a large draw to that call, I believe they're going to do like a YouTube live event. So it'll probably be that we join in on YouTube. Once I get the details of that, I'll send it on down to you guys so you can join in on that. So we won't have a Monday night call next week. That's going to start on October 10th, but everyone tune into Jeff's call on October 6th, next Thursday night, to check that out. And then we'll be on back live again on October 10th.
Look how you spelled Joel.
That's how he spelled. I copied and pasted this.
That's not how he spells.
I copied and pasted this. That's what I'm going to say. That's all I'm saying, because I saw that too, and I was like, that can't be right.
She knows how to spell his name.
And
Yeah,
I did not.
It's an E.
I didn't type it. I swear to you guys, I copied and pasted it because I saw that too, and I was like, I knew I'd have
That's
this.
like Jowl.
I knew I'd have this drawn at me to my left here. You know what I'm saying?
Look at Moppy. She agrees with me. Isn't it an E? Joel?
So I think it should be Jouley with a silent Y, and at the beginning put a K and make that a silent K.
I'll get to the bottom of this. You go ahead and get to the next.
So the details will be announced next week or in the Stay True page. There is a sneak peek for that workout from their new workout coming out on October 3rd in the On Demand. So make sure you tune into that. And I think I read somewhere where they're going to be giving away like $1,500 randomly to anyone who does that through On Demand. So check that out and have fun with that. And this is a challenge tracker app update. If you've been involved in the challenge this past couple weeks for the Beachbody Health Bet, you've been using the challenge tracker app. They are continuing to get and make improvements to the Health Bet app. Biggest one is a huge time saver for us, guys. What they're going to do is not your like workout posts or Shakeology posts, but any posts that you guys have gone through and you've scheduled in there, those are now going to be saved in a library. So you're going to have what they call a post library, so that if you have those in one group, you can go and open up a new group, and they'll all be in your post library, and you can just go through and just schedule those in there. So that's going to save us a ton of time from having to copy out of Evernote, paste in there, or whatever way you do that. So that's awesome. And they're going to keep making improvements to that as we go. So Coach Office Mobile, I don't know if you guys have been on the mobile app for the Coach Office, but it's continuing to get added to. And for that, I'll just say it's great. It's a huge step up from what we've been dealing with, having to make the screen bigger and click on Coach Online Office and all that. So, but check that out. In the breaking news, I check that every day, and they keep updating and adding features to the Coach mobile office. So take a look at that.
Joel Freeman, Joel.
Joel. See, they threw a W in there. I don't know. Yeah, look in the break. Look, don't look right now. Super Saturday, October 29th. We're going to keep you guys posted as we plan for that. One of two things is going to happen. We're either going to host something, or we're going to try to get everyone together and go somewhere for that. So as that unfolds and as we plan,
you can tell
we'll
us at the
figure
end
that
of
out.
the call which you prefer. So I'm up for anything.
Okay, training tools in the online office. I kind of overlooked this part of the online office recently, but there are some, I was looking at it today, and there are some really great resources on there under training tools. And it's just kind of quick personal development type stuff that you can use to help you with your business and plug into your business. So I just want to draw everyone's attention to that. All right, some recognition for the week. This is exciting. We're starting to add more people back to this list, and things are starting to pick up. So that's always awesome. For last week, our Stay True volume leaders were leading the way. Beth with 480 points. I was right behind her with 460. Dan Barry, 338. Moppy Byler, 338. Jennifer Novak, 225. Amy Froman, 180. Lisa McClay, 180 points. Angela Leonard, 180 points. Suzanne Piercy, 180 points. Rob Boys Jr., 160 points. Eugene Parker, 158 points. Gretchen Namath, 140 points. Matthew Sofel, 135 points. Vito Walker, 120 points. Jessica Mag, 105 points. And Heidi Bezinqua, is that French? 105 points.
That's not how you say it.
It's probably not how you say it. Yeah, you're right. But it's fun to say. All right. So congrats, everybody. I gave a little description of what a team volume points, what that is and everything, in case you guys are wondering about that below the picture there. All right, guys. So tonight's call is going to be to me talking and telling you about the takeaway method. I was listening to a podcast, Bob Heilig is his name. What's the podcast called?
Your Virtual
Upline. Yeah. And he's in network marketing. The thing that attracted me to him is he's been in medical device sales like I have. And so, we have similar backgrounds. And so it's always, kind of cool to hear what he's doing and the things that he recommends. So I did get this information from his podcast, so I will give him props for that. If you go listen to his podcast, you'll probably it'll sound very similar to this, but it's episode 37 in his podcast series. But the takeaway method, I'm going to tell you guys, start using this today. We have one more day in this month to get Success Club points. And I'm going to show you a little bit later how this has been effective. And I think it'll be something that you should get excited about. So this is going to help you to be more effective in following up with people and also with closing prospects. And hence the name of our meeting was Get Off the Pot. This is going to be helpful for you to get people to get moving here and making a decision. So the scenarios when you should use this. Basically, when you've talked to somebody and you sent the person all the information that you can about, your whatever it is, if it's a coaching opportunity, if it's being a customer, buying a challenge pack, a workout program, Shakeology. So you've talked to this person, you've sent them the info, and they still haven't made a decision. Another scenario is you're still talking to the person, but they're on the fence, so pretty much the same as the first. But then the third scenario is when people go MIA. All right, you're hearing crickets, you're not getting answers to your messages, and that's the biggest one. That's probably the most frustrating one to me, is when people just don't get back to you. But this kind of helped explain why that is, and it kind of changed my way of thinking and how I need to approach my business and my follow-up style. And then we want to, and that those are the people that we just kind of want to shake them and tell them, hurry up, let's do this. Our products, they literally, guys, as many of you know, they are life-changing products. And we have to, we should be proud of that. We should have a strong posture because of that. We know our products work. We know that they help change lives. And we really just need to carry that and exemplify that to our customers and coach prospects. So our normal reaction or tendencies to these people is that generally I find myself, and I think I can speak for the majority of us on here, we pursue them harder, right? We continually message them, and we just get depressed if they don't get back to us. We become over eager. So we, again, just kind of the eagerness, the uneasiness, the panic of, oh crud, it's Thursday night and it's, one more day till the end of the period and we need to get Success Club points. We offer them deals to join our team or join our group. We give them discounts. We tell them, whatever you tell them, you get $20 or you give them a free fix-a cookbook or something like that. So we're offering them deals above the value that Beachbody's already given them one heck of a deal. And then we're just on top of that. So that, unfortunately, that can cause us to come across with a desperate posture. And it kind of changes the tone of the game when we do this. And they think that we have to have them or we need them. So they're the ones in control of the conversation. They're the ones in control of everything. And I'm telling you what, I plug this in today, guys, and I'm going to show you some samples later that are pretty awesome. And it's just amazing how it makes me feel even more confident and better. So what's the philosophy of the takeaway? Simple fact of the matter is, if you take something away from somebody, they want it more. People want it more. What you can't have, you want more, right? So like playing hard to get, Beth and I, when we were in college, she was writing me these love letters and she was like stalking me at the library at night. And I just wouldn't talk to her. And I was just like completely ignoring her, playing hard to get. And finally I succumbed to her pressures and no. Anyway.
Totally the other way around, but that's okay.
I can't see Gretchen, but she might be holding a bucket right now. I don't know. Anyway, the biggest thing, guys, is how do you apply this to your business or business? How do we apply this to our business? How do we make this happen? So first thing you got to do is stop what you're doing right now. Stop the desperation. Stop following up with people out of despair and out of, oh my gosh, it's the last day of the period, month, whatever. I need to get to Success Club. We need to stop that anxiety. Why do we need to stop it? Because there's a fine line of becoming of them and our potential customers or potential coaches as seeing us as being desperate or needy versus wanting to help them and working with a willing, and quite honestly, it should be an honor for them to work with you guys. So when we come across desperate or needy, then like I mentioned earlier, they start to sense that we need them, which results in our opportunity becoming less attractive to them. So I know that might sound a little weird, but again, if you plug that back into you always want what you can't have, it's the same thing. With the takeaway is that your opportunity becomes more attractive as you switch and change your posture. So we need to all have good posture. So everyone needs to sit up straight here, get adjusted in their chairs, sit up nice and tall, and that'll be a good start. But absolutely, that's nothing that I'm talking about. So we need to, what I mean by good posture is we need to have a strong position. We need to take a stance, take a strong position. And, it's one of those deals where we need to have the attitude of, yes, customer or coach prospect, I would love to work with you, but guess what? I don't need you. Okay. We don't need them. There is not one single person who will make or break my business other than me. In the daily decisions that I do, how many people I invite, how I follow up with those people, how I invite those people, that's what's going to make or break me. One person telling me no is not going to break me. Okay. And we all have to have that attitude. And I encourage you guys, flip it around, man. Have a strong position, have pride in the products that you have. They are life changers, and you don't need people. Okay. So if one person says no, then don't sweat it. So how do we take this stronger stance? We basically take the opportunity away from them, whether it's the coaching opportunity or the becoming a challenge pack customer opportunity. We need to take this away from them. So here's a scenario, and I'm going to give you some examples here, some hardcore examples of things. So let's say you have a customer or coach prospect, and they're still communicating with you, meaning, you've sent them all the information, they've looked at it, you've talked to them 2 or 3 times, but they can't make a stinking decision. So there you go. That's what I just said, but written down. But here's a good example of what to say to these people or what to message these people. Hey, Beth, if you can't make a decision by now based off of the videos I've sent you and our conversations, then I'm going to tell you now that I don't think it is for you. How about we do this? Let's forget about the opportunity or the challenge pack for now. I don't want to keep bothering you. I know your time is valuable. I'm definitely busy. I've got a bunch of other people that I'm working with who are interested, so I don't want to keep pushing you. Let's forget about the business opportunity or challenge group. I just don't think it's for you. Okay? So, that's one way to approach it. And I think that when I first read this and when I first heard that, I was like, man, that's like way opposite of what I would normally say. I'd try to cushion it and be a little bit more nice about it. Did you have any? Beth was going to.
Well, no,
Okay.
you were going to share your example. Well, at first I was leaning towards, I always leave things very open-ended with people, but I think this can still be open-ended in that you're basically letting them off the hook. And I might say, I'm not, instead of I don't want to keep bothering you, I know your time is valuable. I think you have another example coming up where you say, I'm just going to take you off my list.
Yeah.
And I tend to leave it as I will say, I'm going to go ahead and take you off my list, but please know whenever you're ready, feel free to reach back out to me. So they know, but I mean. Which
argumentatively against what he's saying, he wouldn't do that. But
right.
Because he's taken it away. So.
And he does say in the podcast that, some women differ with him, saying guys can be this upfront and blunt, but some women can't. And I think, and he said that's not true, but he said you might just have to word it a little bit differently. And it's true. If someone didn't know me and they got this message from me, they might be like, what a witch, I'm not dealing with her. But this is not just something you send to someone that the second time you've talked to them.
Right. This is after you've been talking to them and trying to at least 2 to 3 times. So, so what did we do here? We took the opportunity away from them. You can see it was not pushy at all, but it is strong and it is straightforward. And I think, this really does demonstrate confidence, and it tells them, hey, I don't need you. I'm talking to other people, which we all should be if you're inviting people. And so, it just demonstrates confidence and tells them, I'm moving on without you, whether you're on board or not, but let's go, Scenario missing in action. So scenario MIA. So these are people who you've made 3 legit attempts. They then, wait a couple of days and leave a message by phone or a message on Facebook, however you're communicating with them. And excuse me, this is what you would say to this type of person. Hey, Beth, listen, I just wanted to let you know, judging by your lack of response, you must not be interested or are too busy right now for the opportunity or to get started in my challenge group. That is totally fine. I really appreciate your time. So this will be the last time I call or message you about this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to cross you off of my list. If you are still interested, though, make sure you call me back and let me know right away. Okay, so in the past in our training, we've talked about, basically making sure that,
Well,
I lost my train of thought.
Well, we have used that.
Cross
I'm
off the
gonna
list.
cross you off my
Yeah.
list. But I do like that he says, but if you're still interested, make sure you let me know right away.
Right. Yeah. So then
that's giving them
like a last ditch effort to, come into the group or into the coach opportunity. So that's the MIA attempt. All right, guys. So check this out. These were today. I can't move my little window thing right now to see, but can you guys see the times on the corner, up in the corner of when I sent these messages? It's real faint off to the right or whatever, but I copied and I pasted. So this first scenario with Steve Stenson, basically I'd been contacting him for months. We've been talking and he's been saying, oh yeah, I'll do a challenge pack, whatever, but he just never has. And then he went blank, he went silent. And so I sent him this just today at like 12:58, I think it was. And right away, bam, like 3 minutes later, he writes back after I had messaged him and hadn't heard back. And he's just said, I've just been very busy with 3 jobs. I'm interested, but pending starting, it'll be mid-October. And so I wrote back and I just said, I remember you mentioning that I have a group starting October 10th. Is that too early? Is something happening with your jobs that is freeing up some time in mid-October? I didn't go ahead and paste the rest of the conversation on, but he went down to now he's considering the coaching opportunity because the one job that he holds, he's working and he only makes, not only, but he's making $150 every week and a half. And I said, dude, you could make that coaching. And that sparked his interest. So now I'm going down the path of him becoming a coach, and I sent him a video on that. Second scenario, this guy is a businessman. He travels a lot. He basically hasn't responded to me and probably, I think it's about a month and a half. He did not respond to me. And I just had message after like 3 or 4 messages that I got no response from. So today at 12:59, Steve Stenson was 12:58. This was at 12:59. I sent him this message. Just wanted to let you know, judging by your lack of response, you must not be interested or too busy right now to get started in one of my groups. That's totally fine. I appreciate your time. And basically, I'm going to cross you off my list. And then again, if you're still interested, please make sure you call me or message me back right away. I mean, literally 2 minutes later, I get a message from him. And he's apologizing. He's saying it's been a busy summer. He's been traveling for work. He's definitely still interested. Talks about the fall and wanting to get started. And then, we kept messaging after that. And here he thought it'd be cool. I went to high school with this guy and grew up with him. And he thought it'd be cool if we might start a group with a bunch of our high school friends. So all of a sudden now, and getting him excited about this, I might have the potential to bring in 5 or 6 other people and get kind of like a old school or what did I call it? Glory days group going with my old high school people. So,
that's funny.
these are, and then I did it with another guy who completely I haven't heard from for 2 months. And same scenario. I sent him this. He was about 6 or 7 minutes later. He messaged me right back and said, sorry, my toddler rebooted my phone. I haven't had Facebook Messenger, whatever excuse. And all of a sudden we're in communication again and back on track. So this works. I wanted to show you guys this because I think the proof's in the pudding with this. And it really is something that if you do this and utilize it, just try it. It took courage for me to do this. Don't get me wrong. Okay. It was out of my comfort zone, but now that I've done it 3 times and I'm 3 for 3 with it, as far as getting them to respond, I highly recommend it. So to summarize everything here, guys, our time is precious. You guys know that. All of our time, we value it, or if you don't, you should start. And if you don't think your time is precious and you don't value your time, then other people won't either. So I just encourage you guys, don't sweat these people that aren't getting back to you. Reach out to them, take the opportunity away from them, and it's instantly going to make us more attractive to them. It's going to make them wonder and want to know what we're about and what we're up to. And if you do one thing that this Bob Heilig recommended too, if you take away the business opportunity from somebody, then encourage them. If they're already a customer, encourage them to continue using the products and maybe use some different products. And also, if they're not, and you just talk to somebody about the business opportunity, they aren't a customer, definitely have them start in a challenge group. And that, can be as simple as saying, at the end of that message, or you're messaging back and forth with them, just saying, hey, listen, maybe the opportunity isn't right for you right now, but why don't we get you started at least in trying some of the products and getting familiar with the products. So that's a way that you can sway them into becoming a customer of yours. That's just another reminder this is not being pushy. It's you being very respectful of your time and also their time. I mean, I know that when I get a message and I'll forget to reply, or I will purposely not reply because I've got to think about an answer to the question. When that happens, I start to worry and I start feeling a sense of guilt that I haven't gotten back to that person. So by us sending out these messages to them, you can also help to relieve their sense of guilt because of the time that has passed by. Again, we need to have the stance, and we should, I try, it's funny because I always say, I'm not prideful and I don't like to be prideful because that's just not my nature, but they should feel lucky, guys. We need to position ourselves as far as they should feel lucky that we are inviting them to this group and that we want to spend our time helping them build a business or reach their fitness goals. And we need to just show them that and demonstrate by having a good, strong posture that we're here to help them, but we're not going to waste a bunch of time if they're not willing. Then, here's a big takeaway too from this podcast that I listened to is he was big on this. He said, if you don't hear back from them, even after these messages, or they say no, then do not sit there and dwell on it, because you just saved yourself a whole bunch of time and they would have never done this in the first place. No matter how much time you would have spent messaging them or, thinking of what to say next to them, they never would have done this anyway if they say no to this, to this. So could they in the future? Absolutely. But that's where the following up and continuing to be diligent with that comes in hand. So, all right, I'm going to stop my screen share. And I'd like to open it up for questions or comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. So if you guys have anything or want to say anything, please feel free to unmute yourselves and ask away.
I love this call.
Good.
I deal with that a lot. I obsess when they don't get back to me, and I think that I love to see how fast they responded to you. When you don't want them.
Right. I'm so happy that happened, because if that didn't happen, then this call was a bust, and I don't know what I would have talked about tonight, to be honest. So
yeah, no, I really like that. It's great. I think it's a great technique.
Thanks. Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Well, and I think Gretchen and I were kind of talking about this earlier. It's hard to, because you want to, that you have something that is going to change someone's life, but when they're teetering on like, oh, I don't know, it sounds so expensive or whatever, and then you know, because we just did this clean eating group, and we at the end we said anyone that bought a challenge pack, we're going to get them the Fix It cookbook. No one. I mean, it's like almost embarrassing. Like she and I both like totally struck out, and it's so weird. I'm like, come on,
how many people were in that group?
Well, there was like 90 some people in there, but not everyone. Some of those were like repeats.
Sure.
Know? But I mean, I should have gotten to Success Club 10 like that. Like I had plenty of new people in there, and she had plenty of new people.
Yeah,
and that's the dogs.
And, you know,
it's
crazy, guys, because you'll hear different people that you follow. You'll hear a Shalene Johnson, and then you'll hear this guy, Bob Hyde. They're both super successful at running businesses, and you'll hear other network marketing people or other entrepreneurs who say, you know, give free things away. Then you have people over here, and it gets so stinking confusing, because then you have this guy over here saying, don't hold free things, because then those are the people you're going to attract, just people who want the free stuff. And so, you know, I think it's a balance of, I think, where I have fallen, at least right now, is I think we need to continuously give away value to people. Can you get them like out of here?
No.
You need to continuously give away value and give people information. But you know, I'm on the fence about running any more free groups. You know, if they would have, I was telling Beth, you know, maybe you should charge $7 for a 7-day clean eating group. And just that way they have skin in the game, and they might take it more serious, and they might check in more often. And, you know, just like there's that whole website, I think is it called Diet Bet? I think it is, where you pay $30 to join in on a group for 30 days. And if you reach your goals, you get your money back. If you don't reach your goal, you lose your money. It's Jeff Armbruster has done that with the Diamond training, where people pay in $20 to join the group. And then if you get to Diamond after the 90 days, you know, you win a piece of the pie. If not, then you don't get anything back. And I just think that when you do have people put something into the game, then they're going to take it more serious, and I don't know, value that more. So.
And what I was going to say was, it's like when we first started coaching, the challenge packs were $205, and on sale they were $180. Well, I mean, when they first came out with challenge packs. So now I feel like $140 is a great deal. So I think it's like there's a hard balance with, okay, you want to entice them, but then at the same time, I think we just need to be like super excited about, this is an awesome deal. I mean, you're getting, because think of the coaching that they're getting. I mean, when I personal train someone here out of the house, like people pay a lot more money than $160 a month or $140 a month if they're coming. And if they were coming every day, oh my gosh, they'd pay that in like, you know,
two visits,
3 days. So, I mean, what we offer is a great deal, even without throwing other things in. So I don't know. It's just hard. And I mean, I haven't tried this exact approach yet. I didn't get to send, I haven't gone back through the people that haven't been getting back to me yet for these, but
yeah,
I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Yeah, try it. I challenge all of you to at least try it with 3 people. Just 3 people that you already feel like, crap, who cares? You know what I mean? Just look for those 3 people and just try it. I won't. That's my challenge to you guys.
Well, and I mean, some people still aren't going to get back to you. It's just how it is.
It's just how it is. But you have nothing to lose. You know what I mean? There's nothing to lose, because if they don't get back to you, or if you don't send the message, the result's the same, right? So send the message, and possibly they might get back to you, and then you have a better result.
Well, and the other thing, we were talking about this earlier, is when you entice people with extras, or like we used to give away Shakeology samples. If a friend, you know, or if someone, we were talking about it with someone, they're like, oh, I really want to try it. Oh, here's 2 or 3 packets. Well, like 2 months later, you'd follow up and they still hadn't tried it. So we just really found that unless people put in the money, like they needed to spend the $5 on the packet, and if they spent the money, invested the money in it, they were more likely to go ahead and try it. And I think it's the same thing with these. It's like, you know, I do run free groups all the time. And I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing, because it has allowed me to connect with people. And I have some people in my challenge groups that are just doing the free club membership, like the free 30 days. I don't think that's bad, but I just think, you know, we need to not devalue what we do have, you know, the monetary part, like our challenge packs. And like Jeff says, when people say Shakeology is just expensive, and then you have to just right away be like, no, it's not. It's not expensive. Have you read what's in it? I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So.
Anyone else? Funny, I've got Dan and William in each corner of my screen, and I keep looking. I'm like, Dan? No, that's William. Oh, Dan? Oh, no, that's. But.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if you guys know or saw, but quarter fours, the challenge packs are gonna come out on October 31st, actually. So just have that in mind. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah. So, anyone else have anything to add or say or questions? I can't believe it, Dan. Come on, man. Something.
He's
all right, cool.
Remaining on mute.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end the call. Thank you very much for joining in. Again, a reminder, next week, Thursday the 6th, jump on Jeff Armbruster's call. I will definitely post information for that. And then we will see you guys on our Stay True call on our new night, Monday nights at 9 o'clock. So have an awesome weekend, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye, guys.